So, where do you begin? It's such an insane thought. I mean, where do you begin with all this chaos, with all this nonsense, propaganda, disinformation? Where do you begin? I have no idea. But the only thing I do know is that you have to be true. You have to be true to yourself, most importantly. You have to be true to your family, to your friends. Because your job, your career, your mortgage, your social status, that is all irrelevant and nonsense. That's all cultural diversion, as McKenna puts it. What is real? Do we even know? I mean, quantum physics tells us that everything we see, touch, and interact with is 90% empty space. So, what is real? Who knows? Do you know? Because if you know, I think you're full of shit. Because I don't know. And I don't think anybody knows. And I think that is a huge part of the question, is the fact that we don't know. We may never know. I mean, I think we should strive to try to understand. I think that's part of the process. But to say that we know for sure, 100%, we know this is how it is, you're wrong. If you can honestly sit there and tell me that this is what it is, you're wrong. And I may not be able to prove it right now, but somewhere along the line, somebody's going to prove it, because we don't know. Nobody knows. So, what do you do? I mean, when you live in a world that's full of global tyranny and, ridiculous social structures and all the other nonsense that you find, what do you do? That's the real question. That's what, anytime you try to have a real conversation with people, like, oh, well, what can I do? What can I do about it? The only thing you can do is do what you feel right for you, regardless of what that is. I mean, if you're doing that to harm other people, I think you might want to take another look at it. But that's the only thing that we can do, is do the best that we can for you, for your friends, for your family, for the people that you care about. Because that is all that matters. I mean, does it really matter about all the other nonsense that is going on? No. That's why people don't care at this point in the stage of the game. People don't care because it doesn't affect them. Even though, the Fed's pumping out $40 million a month to buy their mortgages, and they don't even own the house that they're paying for. The bank doesn't even own the house that they're paying for. Sooner or later, that will affect them, and they will care. So those of us who are awake, what can we do? We can tell people what's going on, but whether or not they want to hear it is a different story. because they're not going to want to hear it if it distracts them for what they want to do. I've tried this now with all of my friends, except for one or two. I got one he knows what's going on, and we're working together. We're taking care of his family and my family, and hopefully shit works out. Probably not, but I don't know. Nobody knows. So the people that aren't awake, the people that aren't willing to hear what we have to say, what do you tell them? You can lay it down. You can lay down all the facts. The vaccines are garbage. The food's garbage. The air's garbage. The water's garbage. You can lay it all down for them. They're not going to listen to you. Why? Because they don't want to. So now what do? You have family, you have friends, you have people that you care about that don't want to hear what the truth is. And, maybe it's not all true, but it makes a hell of a lot more sense than what we're being told. That's for sure. So, how do you get people on your team? This is a question that I've asked myself for at least a year now, maybe a little more. And it's a really complicated situation. But the only thing that you can do as an individual is do what you feel is right at any given time. Like, I quit my job because I was working for a horrible corporation that's spending millions of dollars to keep you from knowing that GMOs cause cancer. Whether or not you believe in that, whether or not it's true, doesn't really matter. I know that it is. And I'm not gonna work for somebody that's gonna penny pinch me for money and then spend millions of dollars to buy Congress to prevent you from knowing that the products you ingest could cause cancer. Whether or not they do or not, I guess that's still up in the air for some, not for me, but I can't do it. I need a job. That's for sure. Whether or not, the dollar's worth anything anymore, as of right now, it still is. I try my best. I built my own solar panels. I'm right now, today, in the process of building a biodome to grow my own food year-round, to support my friends and family who know what's going on, who need organic stuff, and respect the earth for what it offers us. But I can't do that anymore, and it comes down to people who are willing to do what they have to do to get the money, and it comes down to the people that do what they have to do because it's right. Because that's what they feel they have to do. And that's what it is, man. That's what it is. You can argue points back and forth, Democrat, Republican, Jewish, Muslim, black, white, whatever. That's all divide and conquer nonsense. You have to do what you feel is right. Now. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, not a week from now. Now. This is it. We are here for a reason. Bottom line. We are here. This is the generation that we need. We have to do what we know and feel to be right, because that is the only way to get out of this.